Hello, wonderful traders. Dedos here, and time for the next daily summary. Now, what did I do today? Well, I did a couple of things. I made a couple of good trades. First of all, I traded the Dow Jones Index. Well, the first trade I made on the Dow Jones Index was practically yesterday, or uh, well, maybe it was yesterday, maybe it was already today. It was at the end of the day and the beginning of the next day. So basically, I saw a situation right here, and so you maybe remember from the from yesterday's video, the market made a big plunge right here, and then it made a correction up. And then I saw the situation right here. So I saw my signal, I saw the price action, and this is a very good price action. We have a typical dodgy type or turning candle, but this is the body here is very small, practically non-existent. So this is more like a perfect consolidation of a dodgy type, and there is a breakdown right here, a momentum breakdown. So I thought it would be a good idea to go short with a minimum lot, because the spread is the spread is quite high at this moment. It was like 5.6 pips. However, you know the the average movements of on the DJ or the Dow Jones Index, shortly called DJ, the movements are very strong and very long in the terms of pips. So usually, they are bigger than on the DAX index. So basically, even a pip, a 5.6 pip spread isn't that big, yeah, really. So basically, what happened here is, as you can see, my initial stop loss was right there, and then when the market started moving, because on the opening of the day, uh, come on, let's get back there. I have to do it again. Yeah. So on the opening of the day, the market did a little jump, a small jumping jack right here, and then violently went down. Made another consolidation. So at this moment, I was already trailed to some minimum profit, and I said, okay, so from this moment, it doesn't matter. Either I make some profit or I make some loss, and I can go to sleep. But anyway, before I went to sleep, the market plunged and took my take profit right there. Now, where did I set my take profit? I set my take profit exactly on the floor line. So in other words, this is the place where we have a floor line, yeah, like that's the ceiling, this is the floor. So I set it right there, and the market you know the market went down even lower, but it realized my take profit, and over 85 pips. Even at a minimum lot, this was a very satisfactory trade. And then of course we can see what happened here. Well, yeah, I went to the H4, and of course, I went to the H4, and I tried to find all the zero lines, historical zero lines, to click on them, and get, yeah, get the potential support resistance levels. And yeah, and then what happened? Well, basically, I wasn't trading anywhere right there. Mm, I mean, I traded, I traded right there on the, let's say, Frankfurt London session, uh, when the spread is a little bit higher, because normally the spread is 1.5 pips right here. and at this time the spread was 2 pips, so it's not a big difference. And what was the thinking? Well, the thinking was simple. The thinking was that the market would go off this zero line as support and go up. Uh, I sort of, I was thinking of this movement up here, right? This movement, you know, a retrace back down and then continuation, right? And then some kind of a continuation up. However, I I was doing that on the Renko charts, and basically what happened here is that come on, what's this mess? Right? Never mind. Uh, I guess it's the data, not enough data. Anyways, I was measuring out this. Uh, I was measuring out this trade right there, like this. I mean, stop loss was right here, so I was measuring it out like this. So that's why I put my stop loss right there, because I thought that the market would bounce off right here and go up. Well, it didn't. It took out my stop loss. However, I was still in thinking of. I was still thinking about long here, and I then I remeasured the trade, taking this level, this bounce level as the potential. So I think I did it something like this. Oh, come on, like this, yeah? No, not like this, because I wouldn't be able to get in. Something like this, something like this, I guess. So that these levels would have been okay. It could have been like this, or it could have been even a little bit higher. Yeah, like this. Probably was like this. So that this level would be now the new stop loss line level. And then yeah, and the market went in my direction. I trailed my stop loss to this level right here when the market was already up there. So I trailed my stop loss right here, securing myself some minimum break even plus, and I simply got out of the trade by my standard way, you know, because basically because my loss here was already made up with a little bit of profit. So yeah, so basically that was a good moment to get out of the trade, and the market started doing kind of, you know, jumping jacks here, like not showing much of tendency to go up. So I closed it because I said, okay, I'm satisfied. Now you see that the market came back and then went up. Yeah, but yeah, it wasn't important for me. And then I didn't trade anymore. Mm, you can see that, yeah, that it's clear right here. I have no trades. I was just watching the market, like here I was measuring something, uh, seeing an opportunity, but I didn't take any trades on these opportunities right there. How and I had I pretty much had a lot of other things to do today, so I wasn't so concentrated on the market. However, I saw an opportunity on the DAX because you can see clearly what the DAX did. First it went down, then after the opening of the Frankfurt it made a correction up to these levels. However, it was still on in the bearish market. Yeah, in a bearish day, right? See, this is the yeah, it was still in the bearish day, and it bounced off, and then it made this big plunge again, uh, and then it made a correction and started plunging down one more time. And this is where I saw an opportunity. I mean, I saw these opportunities a bit earlier on the Renko chart, but I missed them, sort of, yeah. I was measuring them out, but I missed them because the market had already moved. Like, for example, there was an opportunity right there, like this, or I could have even done it like this, yeah, because I had an opportunity right there. But yeah, I missed those opportunities. There was even a trade like this, yeah, from this line, or it could have been a trade in this fashion, yeah. So where this line becomes the stop loss, and stop loss was retested and then came back. There was a potential trade. However, as the market was moving, I figured it out that I would try to look for a trade somewhere in this area, right? The trend line right here, yeah, that's resistance. And basically what I did right here is I hit my trading button and basically forgot about the trade and started doing something else, yeah. Looking at the other charts, I think I was doing some coding, something like that. I didn't have my headphones on, so I didn't hear the fact that there was a trade opened and closed. However, what I had here was my option auto break even trail on box 3. I had set it true. That means that after 3 boxes, Renko boxes, if the price is allowing for there is enough distance for this trailing stop to be triggered, it moves. The trailing stop is moved to the close price of the third candle, and then either the market continues or it goes back and takes out the trailing stop, and basically this is what happened here. So you have to take into account that some brokers have some kind of a stop limit. In other words, a minimum distance for a trading stop or whatever other stop you put. So my broker has a 0 minimum distance, but some brokers may have some points or even pips. So you need to be aware of that. For that, I also have an option here, so-called auto break even trail on box 3 offset. So I can offset that in minus, so so that it gets triggered, but the line can be moved. It can be higher or it can be lower, of course, if the market allows it to be that way. Okay, and that's it. I was also looking for in the situation on this situation right here. I was also thinking, well, maybe I can find a trade maybe here, right? Maybe here or something like that, or even here. But I know here my conditions aren't met, so the minimum would be here. But that would be the minimum. But I sort of I didn't feel like it was right, because the price had moved a little bit further upwards than it should have. And then I thought that it would be a bit too risky to take a trade. If I had done it this way, then I wouldn't even have a trading stop opportunity. The only way I could have done it, not like this. The only way I could have done it was to have any trading opportunity would have been like this, right? And then the trading opportunity would have been right there on the third candle. So it's like 1, 2, 3, and so if the market allows it, then we have a trail stop, and then yeah. But it would have been better. It would have been better to do it like this. But then you never know, because I have right here I have those 3 candles and the trading stop. So this would have been the only way I could have made some profit on this trade if I had entered like this and not in any other context. In not any other context, I would have in this context, I would have been taken out on stop loss right here. So yeah, that's not a good context. Anyways, I didn't feel like making a trade here, and I think I made the right decision. I didn't lose. So basically, the summary is like this: that basically I'm ending this week at a small loss altogether. I'm not in profit for the whole week. But on the other side, I haven't been trading risky. I haven't been making, yeah, in the second part of the week at least. I didn't make any stupid risky trades for losing too much. So basically, all I have to do now is just continue the same procedures, and in time I will make up all my losses from this week, and yeah, and I will then continue on. Yeah. So yeah, that's the summary. Perhaps tomorrow or on Sunday I will be doing summary of the whole week. Of course, this summary of the whole week, it most probably will be about a 3-hour video, and it will not. These videos are not available to everybody. They are only available to those who are already trading my system and are my patrons. So you can join my Patreon and become my patron. The link is below in the description. Of course, if you become my patron, then your payments will be added up, summed up, and in this way you can, in time, get enough or sum up enough so that I will give you a 6-hour webinar, a private webinar, yeah, for you, live, and you will get all my tools and all my indicators and expert advisors for my system, for the Dada's trading system, and you will be able to use this system at your will, right? And of course, also, once you already have my system and you are my Patreon, you will also be able to, in time, if you get enough money for a private session, you can get a 1 hour, 2 hour, 3-hour private session. I don't like to do more than 3 hours at a time because it's pretty exhausting to go on for 6 hours talking, even though it is possible, yeah, talking, explaining, and trading, maybe even live. So yeah, so those are your options, those are your opportunities. Otherwise, please join my Discord server. On my Discord server, there's also some content that you will not see unless you become a Patreon. So if you become a Patreon, you have access to those special materials, and there will be more special materials and my whole system even in time available for those who are my Patreons and already have enough gathered enough to get my system, my full system. Yeah, and that's it. Like I said, also please like and subscribe and spread the word to others as well. Yeah, thank you very much, and see you next week.